I am a psychic medium. That's what I do for work. Welcome to the Messages from Heaven television show. My name is Rebecca Ann LoCicero, and I have been working in Connecticut as a psychic medium since 1994. My job, I often think about like what exactly is it with the mediumship that's my job, and all I know is that there is an afterlife. I don't care what you call it. I call it heaven. There's no other better word for me. I can't think of a better word. I mean,
the funniest, I can't even, I'm sorry, it's just so funny that Tim, he would be like, he didn't believe in this kind of stuff at all. Like, he was just like,
really?
Adamant, yeah.
Oh no, he's flying through with flying.
He's got this great.
My goal is to present raw, uncut, and unedited live readings on camera for you. I'll be doing this by presenting and sharing with you messages from heaven. Let me inspire you with the reality of mediumship. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Messages from Heaven. I am your host, Rebecca Ann LoCicero, and I am a local psychic medium working out of Connecticut, bringing to you today, once again, the most amazingness that I can provide through spirit communication, intuition, and all of that. And once again, I get to do episode 15, all men guests. It just happened. It just happened twice in a row when I wanted to have it before, and then once it happened, it became something that was one of my favorite episodes. So if you didn't see episode 14, make sure you go backwards. But this one, airing in March, thank you so much for being here. And I'm just going to jump right in and talk to my guests. So welcome, everyone. Hi. I always feel corny with all of that because it really is unedited. Like, that's it. We're going to just go from point A to point B. So if you haven't seen the show and you go back and watch, that's what it'll be. You've been here once, so welcome back again. I'm very excited. Yes, you were. And not read. So it was one of those things where I was like, you guys need to come back if there was a scenario like that. And it wasn't that there's a difference between reading a man and a woman to me. It was just that statistically there were all women, mostly women, on all of my previous shows. And I was like, we got to break this stigma really quick, because sometimes doing a reading for a gentleman could have an effect on his whole family in a different way than the mom or the sister or the female in the family, because we're emotional people to begin with. Okay, I did write some things down before we came because I got very emotional today. So as the psychic medium that I am, sometimes when I walk into a scenario where I know I'm going to start being open to spirit, I start feeling you. And one of the things I did was I just started to break down and cry. So there was a very strong emotional connection for me for being here today. And I think that in a lot of ways, I get this freedom to really speak to you in every way that's vulnerable. And I honor you guys for allowing me to do that, because spirit loves. And that's a vulnerable spot for all of us. And I say the same to everyone, no matter your gender. Okay, I did. I walked in the door, I started crying. I was like, great, spirit's already here. So what's going on with this, right? So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to tell you the truth. No promises, no guarantees. My job is not to convince you or anybody watching that I can speak to spirit. I already know I can talk to dead people. Been doing it forever and a day. Since I could see, since I could hear. That's part of my forte. What I do like to do, though, is to show you and to allow you to experience what the afterlife is like, what it feels like, and that through mediumship, I can show you that there is more to it than just this, for sure. And you could believe in it 100%. I'll be like the 101. I'm good with that. I just need to be 1% on your path, okay? I'm going to give you 3 rules. I give everybody these same 3 rules before I read. They're on every paper that I would do if I was doing a private reading with you. I give them in every group, gallery, etc. It's basically like this. I give you the rules so you can get the best reading that you can. And at the same time, I get the loved ones come through. So that's when we all start feeling like the goosebumps and the willies and stuff like that, because Spirit's going, oh, Rebecca's ready. Like, let's go. Okay, let's go. I'm not, and it's hard for me to even sit. A lot of times I'm standing up doing these or pacing, walking the room, things like that. I do. So they're kind of, you'll see me go, I do, and scroll off because they're connecting. This is their way of going, chop, chop, hurry up. I do. And there's a brother, and there's like a P, like a Patrick or a Pat. There's a lot of good, fun energy coming through here. Okay. And fast. And furious, like just straight through. Rule number 1 is yes and no. So basically when I'm speaking to you and I'm reading towards you, if you understand what I'm saying, a yes is great. If you don't, say no. I don't need you to give me the answer if it's no. Let them give it to me. It kind of feels better that way. Not trying to play a guessing game. So if you see me kind of beating around the bush, like I have the right answer, I'm just not in the center of it in some way, feel free to go, this is what you're actually talking about. I'm not sure why they say what they say. I don't need to know what things mean. You do. That's what's important. Sometimes they'll give me, so yes is a no. The second thing is here and there. So they may give me names and they may give me dates. And they may be your name, so don't forget your own name. Or, you know, they may use a middle name to be funny. I usually get it in letters, but sometimes I'll hear the whole name. Yeah, they're giving me a lot right now, which is kind of fun. I don't always write so much down. I didn't in the last show, but for you guys anyway. Between here and there with names, it could be the names of people who are living, who are here, or the names of people who are crossed. Same thing with dates. Okay, so birth dates, death dates, and anniversaries. I just have to interrupt your mom. Your mom. Dates were very important to your mom. I started talking about dates. She goes, yes, like really loud, very, I almost want to say proper in some way, like proper English. I don't know why I want to say that, but English teacher type of energy, just so you know. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
With your mic? Yes? Yes. Okay. I'm not done with my rules yet. I just want you to know that that's what happens. I'll start working and then I'll start feeling something. So just know that that's the connection that was made. Your mom touched my heart through your heart. It felt really good. Hold on. Sorry, kind of corny. And rule number 3 is what I would call trauma versus illness. Sometimes they'll talk about how we died, how they died, how they crossed. They don't tell me how great heaven is. I know heaven is great, hence the messages from heaven. I'm just going to jump right in. Do you have any questions? Right away?
I would like to wonder if it's my birth mother.
Okay, that's a great question.
Because I have a
both
adopted mom that's alive still.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it very well could be a birth mom. Do you know whether or not she's crossed?
Have no idea.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this, something I find fascinating. I am also adopted, and I also have a birth mom and a mom, adoptive mom. And so I truly believe that there are no coincidences. So for me to be sitting here doing this for you, and for you to be sitting here hearing me go, oh, I have a mom figure coming through, you knowing full well your mom is living. For me, my adoptive mom is my mom. My birth mom's that, right?
Right.
So, but what I think I want to say to you, and I'll say really quick because I want to make sure that you know she interrupted me about the here and there and all of that. Here's what she shares with me. Thank you. She shares with me something connected to the month of May.
No, not really.
Okay. She shares with me that there's a Hartford connection. Are you born there?
Yes.
Okay. She shows me again the month of May, or a May name, or a May connection, like the number 5 would be the only other way I could stretch it. So if your birthday's the 5th, or if May is a connection for your birth, that's the only way that I would feel she would be able to connect with you. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
But it's not May.
It's very close.
Okay. Yeah. Close only
April
counts.
4.
April 4th.
Yeah.
4/4.
Yeah.
All right. That's pretty cool, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Numbers.
It's a hard 8.
It's a hard 8. I can't take that though. Okay. I will say this. I will take wrong on May. Just so you know that there's something that, I feel connected to it, but if I can't validate it, I won't. But I can say that as a medium, and as somebody who is adopted, if I was to go see a medium who wasn't adopted, I don't think I would take her information. It's kind of like you got to be one to know it. And so I need you to know from my heart to yours that she kind of feels like she heals that hole in her heart when she crossed, knowing you were okay.
Good to know.
It's a sweet thing.
Yeah.
Do you have a dad crossed?
Yes.
Okay. He's nice. I mean, I
Incredible.
don't mean to be weird, but he's nice.
He's super nice.
Don't feed me too much.
No, I won't.
Okay.
But he's the best.
This is my funny dad. And is this my army dad?
Yes.
Okay. So this is where I am with you. Where's the D like Dave? Or a D name, please.
Drew.
Drew. Who's Drew?
Me.
You're Drew, so you're the D name.
Yes.
That's just how spirit validates things for me. I'm going to ask again, May, and I'm just going to leave it, just so you know. Yeah, I like him. He's funny.
He's awesome.
He talks about somebody to his side. One moment, there's a lot of people. So you lost a few. Okay, I got you. Your dad is a sentimental person, so are you. He gives me a lot of names, so he's what I would call name dropping, trying to get him to say hi to like all 5 or 6 of you. Like there seems to be a clan. Do you understand this? Is it 6 of you? How many of you are there?
In the family?
Kids?
There was 4 total in the
4
family.
total. So
No,
and him and
no,
mom
it
is
was
6.
4, 2 kids, 2 parents.
Oh, he says the clan of
4.
6, so he's showing me that. Do you understand? Is he one of? Doesn't matter. It matters, but it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to say this. He's talking about a big family. So if there's only 2 kids, did we
He
have?
came from more family himself.
Most of them did back then. Okay, hold on. He's going really fast. He's feels like he has to get a lot in.
Wow.
Did you win trophies or awards? Because he tells me I should be, I don't know how to put it. Like, I don't know, you have like an award. He's
A
making
few.
me laugh. You have a few.
Yeah.
He says you should be proud of them. They should be on display. Like if I went to your house, they better be out on a sill or something.
Not really.
Really?
No, not really.
I think they're
no.
fun.
Yeah,
You earned
they're
that.
in my office, but
Okay.
not for everyone to see.
Okay. It seemed, well, you better, I don't know, social media, post that. Just be like, selfie.
Okay.
My dad said to post it. He's very proud of you. Is this something he was around, or I feel like you competed and won, just so you know.
Yes.
Okay, great. I don't know what you did. I mean, I just don't. He just makes me feel very proud of you. Okay. Can I make sure that you know that he tried really hard? Like to me, he feels like he died very quickly. He goes, yeah, I kind of let go. Like he makes a laugh. He's like, I let go. So I don't know what he let go of, but he let go hardcore. Do you understand that?
He did.
He's like, I'm not doing this not for another second.
He's done.
Were you there?
I was an
Because I
hour
feel
away.
like he looks at you. No,
I wanted
you
to.
missed it by an hour. Yeah, he was
I
like,
wanted
I'm
to,
done.
but I don't think he wanted us to be there right there when he passed.
That's fine.
And I think he
He
just
just
didn't want us
thinks
to
it's-
see that.
Yeah, he thinks it's
But
weird.
Right before and right after, we were there. You know, it was weird. It was pretty cool.
I feel
actually.
like he looked right at you before he died and just told you he loved you, and
Yes,
there
he
was
did.
nothing more to it. He's like, nothing else but that, son.
Yeah,
I
it was
love
pretty
you.
wild because he had Alzheimer's, and
Really?
it was
Okay,
shocking.
so there was a divine moment where he got to speak like this
Yes.
to you. He's pointing. Okay, so we'll take that as validation. Very rarely do I get the letter V.
Gee.
Is there a Vinny, Vincent? If it's not you, I might move to someone else. V?
No, not really.
Okay, I'm gonna just write it. Could be Vivian.
Vivian?
Who's this?
It's his sister.
His sister?
I couldn't think of her
Like
name.
an
It was
aunt?
Vivian. It was like my father's sister, my
Okay,
aunt.
let me just give it to you as a hello. I don't.
Oh, great.
Is
That's
that
good to
okay?
hear. That's awesome. Yeah.
Is she nice?
Super. Like
You
her,
had
like
a
him.
nice family.
They were pretty crazy fun. Yeah.
I like crazy fun.
Yeah. All together, they were just crazy.
So I know that you have a music connection.
Absolutely.
Did they also have a music connection?
Yes.
Because I feel very smitten at the moment.
Do you really?
Like I'm trying to figure out whose music I can hear that I listen to, like I know the words to. Now today I went from Cypress Hill to Elton John to Huey Lewis to Glenn Miller, so I don't know where I'm going. It seems like a radio station.
I do a radio show.
Okay, I may know this. Is it a radio station radio show?
Yes.
So nothing here that I would know about.
Probably not, unless you've heard me on the radio.
I haven't heard you.
You didn't even know me
Oh,
till
you were
now.
coming.
I have a radio show every Tuesday.
And do you play just like a variety of music or something, like all genres, or no?
Classic rock, but I do throw a lot of stuff into
I'm
it.
gonna say, I think that your family in some way is trying to have some influence on this. Were they musicians also?
Not so much.
Okay,
Not so much, but we always had music in the family.
Okay.
Simple music. It wasn't like they
people
were
do.
professional
I
singers.
think it's just your dad trying to be proud of you
and
being.
piano players and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, that's more than
yeah.
a lot of people. I
Yeah.
But
No
thank you
banter.
for this,
Yeah,
just
this
so
is-
you
thank you.
know.
It's
Like,
pretty wild.
I don't know if we'll come back to you, but I do feel like, having your dad come through like that after having what I felt was an essence of a birth mom, just know that that was beautiful, and that in my mind, I truly believe that how cool it must be for your dad to be with her and for them to be able to have this connection where they can now both watch over you and know that they're both, like, there's just some really beautiful energy to it, just so you know.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to know.
It feels good.
It's really good to know.
Can't validate that stuff, but fine. Okay. Whew. So it gets quirky for me to go from one reading to another. And what I will say is that there is going to be time towards the end of the show where we just kind of stop where they turn me off and you guys can kind of talk. Marion will come out. And if you have any questions, we can ask, you can ask too. Did somebody lose like a younger son or a younger nephew? Did you? Is it a son?
No, it's my nephew.
It's a nephew. Is he responsible for his own crossing?
What do you mean? He's just
Okay, so this is how I describe it to people, and I don't mean to be funny. If there's a difference between a trauma and an illness to me, and this looks like a trauma.
I guess he died. It's a trauma.
Okay, so if you're, all right. Okay. Did he feel like, okay, so I have a lot of questions because I feel like he's coming through really fast. But let me ask you this first. Is your mom in spirit? Mm-hmm. I do feel like he stands with your mom. So I'm not going
100%.
to, thank you, talk. I know they're going to tell me for you to talk in your mic. I don't want you to miss anything. I need to know if there's a brother also.
That died?
Yeah.
A father. I shouldn't say that, right?
That's okay. If your dad's in spirit too, I'm sure he's going to pop in right now. I
No,
have
I'm
your
talking nephew.
your nephew.
My nephew's
Father?
father.
Okay, so it would be a brother-in-law, in a sense.
Right.
Thank you.
And I'm not going to say nothing.
No, you don't have to say anything. The only I did write down names next to those. Did any of the names on here match for you too?
No.
Like the Ricky or the Eddie?
Ricky?
R or the E. Okay, so please know that I feel like this nephew wants to come through and say hi, and he wants you to know that he's with Grandma.
Yeah.
I love Grandma. I love your
That's
mom.
all they talk about.
Holy
I love
mackerel.
you, Grandma.
I do. I absolutely love her. And your dad?
He's gone.
Is there another woman crossed?
Yep.
Is that a wife?
Yep.
Okay, breathe.
Breathe.
Breathe. That's all she says.
'cause-
Breathe. She's like, will you just take a breath?
Yeah.
I
was
love
saying-
her. She's right with me. She's right with you. She pushed your mom out of the way. I don't mean to be funny, but she did. I don't know what their relationship is like, if they were trying to put on a little like Ethel and Louise kind of joke with me or something, but they definitely like went funny on me, like a sitcom on me.
My
And
mother lived in my house. It's downstairs.
okay. So it was, they were in the same house together, so it would make sense. Ethel and Lucille, that's what I mean, like best friends, upstairs, downstairs. You remember I Love Lucy when they were upstairs, downstairs? This is the impression that your wife gave me when she says, my turn, and she kind of pushed through like it was important. Good job.
I could believe that.
Please, she says, good job.
She said, good job.
Good job. So all the kids
Finally.
must be like, settled. Do we have kids?
Daughter.
So she's settled.
She settled all right. I just bought her a condo. I guess that's settled.
Excuse me. I'm going to laugh. I find that hysterical. So I'm going to say this. First of all, how cool is it when she says good job? Now, I'm going to interpret that in a way that other people, even watching and us, can interpret it. You had the ability to do something like that for your daughter. That's amazing. And that would be why, to me, I feel like your wife is going, you're doing a good job. Because it takes a lot to be able to do that. There's a lot of parents who can't do that for their children.
Well,
so mom tells me that that she's settled. And it makes you feel better because you know that this way she won't take off and take off and take off. So there's this like circle that you manage to stand up and break the cycle. So I feel like your wife is going, yeah. So who's the C or the K sound? Like Kathy, Carrie, Kelly, Connie, something like that.
Kathy Kelly.
Is this like connected to a mom or to your wife or to your daughter in some way? Or are we talking about a granddaughter who's living? Like, is it a name?
Could be anybody, not from my mother or.
Correct.
Yeah, there's a Kate.
Who's the Kate? Is this somebody crossed?
Her mother.
Kate's mother.
And I just spoke to her the other day, too.
Kate.
Kate.
Okay, so did you tell Kate you were coming on TV? And
No.
or coming to see this or have a conversation about this at all? Did you know her mom?
Yes, I knew her mom.
Okay, so I'm going to leave it like this. This is typical of her mother to be the drop-in on a television show to say, I love you too. It's a very distinct thing, like, I care about you, thank you so much. What you do does not go unnoticed. I think you got browbeat long enough. So it's kind of
about
like,
50 years.
All right. Well, ain't we all? Who's the trucker with a number?
Trucker.
A trucker with a number. Are we
I drove
racing?
a truck,
You drove a truck.
and I had a number, my tech number.
You had a trucker. So I'm being told you're a trucker with a number.
Yeah,
I
my
didn't
tech
know.
number.
Okay, so I don't know what it means to have a number, but I do feel like I'm
Well-
getting a hello in that direction as well. Or your wife is talking about you being retired. Did you get a cat?
A dog.
Is it a little dog?
It was. He's a puppy.
Oh.
Well, he's still a puppy. He's not even a year old.
Okay, so it's a little dog.
Yeah.
I feel like she's like, why are you getting a dog now?
He loves animals.
Right. So there's something about her being very connected to this. So just so you know, she loves that you have a pet
Yeah.
in the house.
And we share it with my daughter. Because right now the
Fantastic.
dog is in her house.
See? Okay, get that dog back. I feel. I know she was sick.
Yes.
I know she was. And I know that the doctor said time is up and that's that. And she had to kind of hear that. And they told her, was this a cancer? Did it go too far? Is that,
You want to know what it was?
was it an illness that went too
Yeah,
far?
It's emphysema.
And it went too far. It just went, what I hear is we can't get through this.
I always thought that she wouldn't die from that. I thought emphysema, she has to use oxygen and stuff. I never thought she would die, but she died from it.
That's amazing.
So, and there's a number 3 that's always popping in my head since I've been coming here.
Okay.
And you mentioned all 3 of them.
Yeah.
My mother,
Uh-huh.
Kate's mother,
Uh-huh.
and my wife.
And your wife.
And they all died within 2 years.
So those were the 3 you were thinking of that came in and said hi, but it was your nephew who actually brought
My
them.
nephew was my favorite nephew, yeah. He died at 33.
And there's your
I
3s.
like numbers.
Wow, you're really good at this.
Well, I've been practicing the last couple of years.
You're like the greatest guest. Like, look at him. He's got the numbers down. He called them in before he came. Like,
Like his father was 33 when he died too.
Wow. That's wild.
Jesus.
Now so was darn right. So was Jesus, 33. I actually when I first started seeing spirit and people would ask me, what do they look like? I would always say, like they're 33, because I didn't know what else to say. I was very young. I didn't know the concept of age, but I used to use that as the number. So I don't know. Can you, is this like your sister's son?
Yep.
Okay. So
I spoke to her today too.
You
Told
did.
her I was coming here.
So of course he's going to come through first and say hi. He does feel very like I might have, I don't see him with an illness. I see him making decisions.
Well, you want me to tell you what happened?
No,
Okay.
I'm just going to say, because it's not that I need you to say it, it's because I need him to say it, but he'll just, I don't think that he would really talk about it so much.
He's kind of a quiet person.
Yeah, he's very quiet and he's very private too.
Mm-hmm.
But he does say that it was a very quick crossing.
Oh, yeah.
And he does say that it was traumatic, and he makes me feel like he just wants to share a lot of love with his mom and with you, and let you know that he's with everybody.
It was
Good.
Yeah. But him and my mother always,
Best.
oh, yeah.
Was it an over?
She always made sauce.
Did he overdose?
No, he died in his sleep.
Was it meds?
No reason.
No reason.
Well, there was a reason.
Meds?
Same reason his father died.
Quick.
Something with his heart.
Heart.
Something with
Meds.
his heart.
Oh. So that to me would be an illness. I felt like it was a trauma. We'll say I was wrong. Because I'm looking for something to be in his system that shuts him down.
Oh, no, no, no.
Nope, which is
This nobody knew it was going to happen. He fell asleep one night and never woke up. Like his father, the same way.
so sad.
Mhm. That was really sad. He's 33 years old.
Well, you've got a long life to live, so enjoy it.
Oh, good. I just started my life.
Good. Good. That makes your wife happy. Where's an A name like Alice or Annie, Allie?
A name.
All right, I'm going to pass it on. It literally clouds around me when they stop me from reading, almost like my lips get, a little bit funny. They just want me to stop completely. Your family does that. Your wife's like, that's enough. He'll take over the show if you don't stop. She literally tells me you're in that, like, let's go, I'm ready to go kind of vibe. And she thinks that's awesome. It's almost like you're out of a funk. You got to show others how to get out of that funk. I think that you have a great, she says you have a great story and a great way of inspiring people.
Yes.
So that's going to be a huge part of your next step.
That's what I've been looking for, like a purpose.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
already started it.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's something that I would tune into so I could have some inspiration as well. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got it. So keep going. It's like that inner light. She feels like that was something she always felt and
It was
knew
missing.
about you. No, she knew
was
it was there.
It was there, but it was diminished by the drugs.
But she knew it was there.
Yeah, it was there.
Okay.
She stuck with me.
Yeah, she did.
40 something years.
Hello? Okay, so always look on the bright side of life.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Well, she doesn't have to sing through me. That's kind of weird. All right.
All right. Next.
I think there'll be a next. I really do. What's with the Denmark? Who's Dutch? Anybody Dutch? Denmark? Holland? I can't make that up. What would be Dutch? German? Deutsch? No. All right.
History, maybe.
Forgive me. Did you like ancestry, family history?
Between the two families.
One moment, please. So there's a lot of music between you and your wife.
Music?
Yeah. She says she gives you music as a sign all the time. She goes, usually in movies.
She
So-
loved movies.
Oh yeah. So she gave me a John Travolta movie. There's a lot of them. and she shows me a John Travolta movie with music to the point where she interrupted. Like, she's like, Rebecca, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm still talking to him. And I'm like, okay, keep talking.
My daughter's favorite movie, John Travolta.
Okay, so she's just talking. She just backed into me to tell me nothing else. She said, "Tell him about the movies and the music," and I said, "Okay," and then left. Not that she left. It was just like that's not for you. It's for him. And I'm like, okay, I get it.
Oh, the German thing.
Oh, Mike, yes. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't want to be a hog or nothing, but the German,
you're not.
the German thing
Would
is
connect as
relative.
well.
Yeah, with my mother, because her grandfather's stuff came from Germany and moved to Italy, like 200 years ago or something. And
Okay.
that's why I don't look Italian, right?
Well, I don't know. Being adopted, you tend to
Nobody
not.
told me I look Italian. I talk Italian.
The funny thing is that being adopted, and you could probably understand this, I tend to not notice nationalities in what you look like because I don't know what my nationality looks like. So I'm not really looking for the vibe. Like, unless you got red hair or something, I'm going to go, is there Irish or Scottish in your lineage? And you're going to go, maybe English. And I'm going to go, okay. So there's that kind of a connection. But okay, so I'm glad that she came back in just to point that out to you, because maybe that's an additional way for her to let your daughter know too that she is watching over her and giving the signs of music.
Yeah.
You're fun.
I'm fun.
I think so.
Seems dreary.
Yeah, well, don't be dreary then.
Fun.
Oi, 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 oi. Hi. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. We're family?
Yeah,
Okay. How are we connected?
my dad.
Hi, Dad. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I have no idea who I'm going to bring through. So let me roll with it. But what happened was somebody started talking about, like, laughing, like, you have the red hair. So this is something that's coming through in the family that I feel like I want to bring through. I do. I do. They said the word Tuesday, which means nothing to me unless you know somebody named Tuesday or you had a code word. Like, she's going to have to say Tuesday if I'm going to be red. Does this make sense?
No.
No. Okay. There is definitely a lot of codes or code words or code signs that I feel like your loved ones just want me to throw out at you. Do you collect like the pennies or the dimes? Oh, my trinkets. Okay. What is it with the collecting of little things? Trinkets, picking things up? I don't want to go as far as hoarding, but I will. Like, I have to keep stuff. Tell me what this is about. Do you understand this?
Kind of, yeah.
Why?
For me, yeah.
For you?
Yeah. I mean, I just like, I mean, I'm a little bit of a hoarder. I just like hold on to things.
All kinds of memorabilias, everything. Okay. Even if it's like a paper clip? Don't be weird. I need to know. I needed to bring paper clips today. So I don't know what that was all about, but somebody was showing me that. Are you in a school system?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear how to use a staple is rude now? Only paper clips are polite. Have you heard this? Like, all right, Common App. Go, with all those, college applications, they tell you to use paper clips, staples are out. Somebody's lecturing to you. Is this a mom? Did you lose a mom?
No.
Okay. This might be a grandmother, though.
Yeah. I lost a
Okay.
grandmother.
Your mom is living, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this must be mom's mom then.
Yeah.
Okay. This lady is all about you going to school. What are you doing? Did you finish? So you're working in a school now. Is this where you're going to stay? Are you going to move up the ladder? Tell me everything about it. She almost wants to know what kind of books there are. Can I see them? So she's very interested and very around. Okay. She says you have hidden things. Did you tattoo?
No tattoos.
Did you hide things in your pockets?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna be and now I'm gonna be weird, really weird. Okay, I brought a Claudia ring because I knew it was going to be somebody of Irish descent. Is it Irish?
Yeah. She was. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what else I brought. I brought dimes. Dimes. 3 of them to be exact. So I don't know if 30 or 3 or something like that is supposed to be a connection, but and I only do that for shits and giggles. For me, I couldn't leave the house without grabbing the ring. I was like, why? So you have things in your pockets connected to your loved ones that are crossed, correct? Lucky Charms?
Kinda, yeah. I don't have it anymore because my phone case broke, but I had my grandmother's eulogy in my phone.
In the phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all I can tell you is that this woman comes through as if she is the boss of heaven, just so you know. She thinks that everything can be done. I see lucky, like all the numbers that I'm going to see connected to her are going to be lucky numbers. So, and I don't mean bingo lucky. I don't know if I mean casino lucky, but I just luck. So 777 to me is lucky, right? Do you use numbers to connect with her?
No, but I have like a thing where I see numbers very strangely. Like some numbers will pop up like in random scenarios. And I'm like, that's a weird coincidence. Yeah.
Oh, I love weird coincidences.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for you weird coincidence people, you know. Though it's not a weird coincidence, she says. She says it's a downright sign making sure that you know that she's there. Is there somebody who was a female in the military in your family?
No.
That's fine. I'm looking for a female in the military. I'm not sure. Does anybody relate to that? No. Okay, I'm going to move that aside, but I heard female in the military. USO, nurse. Like I could go back far because I still feel like I'm your grandmother's energy and talking on that side. Unverifiable fact, that's fine. I'm not going to not say it, but I felt like I was like at an old school USO dance. But I felt like she was in uniform in some way. So take that to the side. That's fine. I just want you to know that I do feel like she comes through, and her coming through to say hi, it just feels like it would be the normal thing for you. She's shy. She's already said enough. In as far as being without outside people hearing family business, they don't need to hear anymore. I feel like she makes me feel. Does that make sense? Like, come inside. We don't need to be out here talking about this. Come sit down. Don't need to be with. Like, she really feels like she pulls you aside.
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah. Gardening is a common thing. Gardening is a common thing. Are you gardening already? You and I do not have to get into that discussion. But I do feel like she talks about horticulture, and we'll leave it at that. But she does feel like, one green thumb in the family is good. So, she feels like she might have had a green thumb too.
In her backyard, she used to have a garden, and when I was little, I would go in the garden and like practice baseball, like throw a ball against like her shed.
She just, whatever it is, she loves it. And she feels like you understand gardening techniques as well.
I kind of, I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If you have an indoor basil plant, good for you. Like, I don't know. But she's trying to give me a connection to that with you, that there is a love for the outside that she feels like she might have brought you. Do you have 2 siblings?
Just one.
So you have 2 kids?
I have 2 siblings.
You have 2 siblings. Okay. Did we lose a sibling?
No.
They're both here. Good, I don't kill people.
That's good.
I feel like this grandmother moved really fast. Kind of make my head kind of dizzy. Was there a J sound or a J connection to her? Yes? What is it?
My name,
Your name. What's your name?
Joe.
Hi, Joe. Okay. Oh, she did that really quick. She just was like, Joe, what's up? I feel like she says, you do take very good care of people. Relax. She's funny.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. That's all she says and steps aside.
Okay.
Do you carpentry?
Not anymore.
Okay. Did you do fine carpentry, or is somebody showing me this?
No.
Is it a grandfather then?
That could be her husband.
Her husband, so a father-in-law to you.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Let's bring in your father-in-law and your mother-in-law.
Well, he's still here.
Oh, well, then I can't bring him through. So would she possibly be then talking about him?
Absolutely.
Did he do fine woodwork?
Yes.
Okay. I see it on like a staircase.
No.
All right. Well, that's what I see. I'm not taking it away. Unless somebody else connects with that directly. No? No. I just think it's the
Okay.
carpentry in general that she wants to point out. I'm watching him too.
Okay.
And you did this too. All right, so
When I
just
was-
be proud of yourself. Apparently you can.
When
do
I was
carpentry.
younger, and as a homeowner.
Well, yeah, that's not everybody. That's you. For sure. Don't worry. She says, don't worry. She tells you now to calm down and to don't worry. So I don't read like health. I don't read like situational things, but I'm going to tell you that this woman, and now the way she talks about everybody just says, oh, don't worry, just relax. So is she talking about maybe your father-in-law who's here? All I know is she's like telling him to calm down, like it's not your problem.
The father-in-law, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, well, one way or the other.
Her husband.
She just wants everybody to calm down. Does that make sense? That's, I don't know, part of
Okay.
her personality, the way she comes through?
No, actually, that would not be.
No.
She would not be that way.
Okay. Well, I feel like she has said it to you. So, in a sense, if she's trying to tell him to calm down, it would be situational over something going on right now. And her just trying to put her 2 cents in.
Fair enough.
It feels good. Is there another J?
Yes.
Okay. I love this yes, no game. What's this other J connection?
My son.
Okay.
His brother.
His brother, who's here.
Yes.
And another hello.
Okay.
Okay. Your mom is here.
Correct.
Is your dad in spirit?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. There's a water connection. I don't go in the water. Do you live on the water? Who lives on the water? Okay, I'm not a water girl. I might be coming back to say something to you, though. Is that important property? Connected to somebody I spoke to, maybe? It's just important property, right? Okay, all I'm going to say is I don't go in the water, but pretty property. That's it. It happens. Sometimes I have to go backwards because they
Okay.
put water around me. Your father talks about that as well, though. He goes, there are signs around the water that I can give you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Good. Please understand it can be for both of you. I just felt like one was on the property and one was a connection. So that makes sense for me. Can you tell me where the R sound comes in? Like Rob, Robbie, Robert?
Our last name.
Which is?
Rosenblum.
Oh, fantastic. And so when your dad comes through, he's Mr. R to me then, okay? Because I don't know what else I'm going to say. I don't want to pronounce anything wrong. He walks through with a heavy foot, which means I can do some haunting. He tells me you might hear, like that knock might be him once in a while. You might feel like he's around. So if you get spooked or if the dog gets spooked and there's nothing around, know that that's something that he would do. Did you just put up all kinds of electrical things? Did you just hook things together?
Not recently.
Okay, fine. It would be like the Ring thing, the Alexa thing, the computery thing.
It's to be done.
Okay, so he's showing me he can't wait to connect to that with you. So don't be surprised if he makes an appearance on your cameras with all of this. But he sees that you're trying to be electrical and he's funny. Your dad is funny.
Yeah.
Did he pipe smoke?
No.
Did he smoke?
Yeah.
He quit,
Long time ago.
but he did smoke.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. I don't know why I want to say that. Was he in the military?
Yes.
Was he in the Navy?
No.
Okay, I don't know. It's water.
He loved the water.
I am in the water. I don't know what is it. Was it Army?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then there's something about being on the water. He talks about something about the water as well. Whether he loved it or not, please know that this is where he shows me. I don't go in the water.
They lived by the water.
They did.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that your people came back to be like, so does he. Okay. Your dad says, I love you. There is a very boss type of personality around him.
Absolutely.
And I admire that right now. I think maybe you didn't, no offense. When do we ever really admire the way our parents, BS around us? But as a medium from his perspective, he's like, I had to do it the way I had to do it. So I did. So he's one I would say did the best he could with what he had. Which I think might have been a little, okay, so I'm going to be honest. I won't put him in Rebecca's top 10. I'll give him an 8, maybe a 7. He
Okay.
tried.
Yeah.
He really did. Right now he's 11 and a half. Like he's floating on, cloud 9 and up, right? But he says here, don't lie to him. I wasn't necessarily caught up in everything I should have been. So he talks about like not being there or not being involved or not being helpful. Does that make sense?
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just being absent. And honestly, sometimes we don't know what to do about that. And we become absent for a lot of reasons. So heaven's not going to apologize because they have peace. So he has peace with how it was, but he doesn't, I understand. But so somebody's interrupting me. I'm not running out of time, but I'm running out of time. So this is what I'm going to say. Please know that your dad gives me this impression that he haunts you. So if you're thinking about him, I would absolutely look around and see where the sign is, whether it's a cardinal or a quarter. He's there. And he doesn't stick to just one sign. And he does put a lot of pressure on everybody to succeed. So I think that, you did. You did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Spirit's like, keep going, keep going, keep going. Is everybody okay? Okay. So I don't want to like leave you out, but I am going to wind up leaving somebody out if I don't get them to come through as fast as they possibly can. How are you? Good. Good. I just feel like your energy and your spirituality is unfounding. It really is.
Okay.
You do have a very deep connection, both to spirit and to here. I don't know how you do it, but you can read people very well.
Always have.
And it makes me feel honored that you're here because you wouldn't be if you didn't feel it was okay. Like you really do have a great gut instinct also, I'm being told. Yes. Is there a twin aspect in your world somewhere, or two of a kind, or two? Is there a brother connection? Do you have a brother?
No.
Okay. Do you and your father look exactly alike?
Some say.
Some say. All right.
Some say, some no.
He does have a very youthful look as he comes through. Mm-hmm. He makes me feel like I'm surprised he's dead.
Interesting.
I thought he'd live forever. He's the kind of body that's going to live forever. Do you understand this?
I do.
He shows me all the time on the clock. So watches, does he have watches? Most dads collect watches. I'm just going to say fine. But does he have a timepiece, or is there a clock or a watch connected to him?
He always did, and I have one.
And you have his?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it something that you brought with you or something you're connected to?
No.
Okay.
No, I just have it.
Okay. He connects to this as well, just so you know. So being the medium that I am, I'd put that watch on the table and I'd be like, okay, Dad, tomorrow morning when I wake up, I want it to be ticking. Like I'd make jokes about it. And he says, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I've tried to get it to work.
You have?
Oh, yeah.
He's saying put it to... Listen, we might have to do a follow-up show on that one. He says to put it down and he'll make it work. He'll get the energy going for it. Remember we're talking about the electricity?
Yep.
Let's put intention into the timepiece, see if he can make it move. We're not making promises it's going to work, but we can make the time move maybe, he says. So it would be a sign and a hello for you. He talks about brothers, brother bonds, brotherly love, brothers. So if this isn't a brother that you've lost, then this is going to be a best friend that's like a brother. So Dad, to me, your dad kind of steps aside and says, let's bring through a friend for you.
Okay.
I'll ask. Okay, I'm a little bit slowing down. So let me say this. I feel like I want to say B, BR, B Brad, B Brian, B. So it might not be the exact person, but it would be a connection. Brandon? Brendan? Say no.
No.
B, question mark. Does Brendan make sense to anyone? If it's a drop-in or drop-in name, I would want to throw it out to you, but okay. Forgive me. I will try again. When they do this, sometimes I would say this is your dad's way of holding on to my energy. I know that sometimes my hands will do quirky things. This would be me just making sure that there's enough energy for me to keep your dad here because he feels like he has more that he wants to say.
Okay.
And he's a good guy.
Well, he was.
Say it. H. Hal?
No.
Okay. I might be slowing down enough to stop. We'll see what Spirit's saying. I had a friend once who said to me, his name was Hal, and he said, if you ask me what time it is, I'm going to tell you how to build a watch. So that's your dad's way of me getting back to you, at least to talk about like either the watch or timing or your perfect timing.
Interesting. Yeah.
Were you married twice?
No.
Okay, but you're married.
Yes.
Is there a Glory?
No.
Gloria?
Gloria? No.
Glory? Okay. Wow. They're shutting me off very fast for me to have so many things that don't match. And they did it as soon as I was done talking to your dad. And they're starting to talk about your wife and your wife's family. And the reality of it is that if I'm going to get so many things wrong, that's my first cue and number one sign to stop. But I will say this. What I feel from your dad coming through gives me what I would consider to be inspiration. He was just that kind of guy. Simple, but able to do. And you kind of picked up on that. He said, it's simple, but we're able to do it. I do feel like there are more people to bring through for you. I just don't have we'll say Spirit used up all my neuron energy. So it's like, bleh, even if I wanted to, I couldn't. So I can't thank you enough for being the last person. Your dad wanted to be the last one.
Well, that's like him.
I know. And it's like me to be the one in the group that doesn't get read. So there you go with that. But I will ask this. Was there any of the names that I said that you connected with?
Maybe Dennis?
Yeah. Okay. Is that a family member?
Yeah.
That's crossed?
Yeah, he was a cousin.
Okay. And so in having that, because I don't remember when I said it, but in having that, did you get signs from him today as well?
If I did, I didn't really
Know it?
well. I didn't really pick up on signs if they came today.
Okay. Well, pay attention to whatever you might be able to see, because I wasn't able to connect with you. But what I usually say is, if I can't connect, then just connect with Marion, my awesome producer, and we'll make sure that we get you to come back on to another show. All right, guys, this is like me literally fizzling down, which is it just happens. And in tune and in turn, I don't always remember what it was that I have said. So if you think of it like Spirit was using those neurons while I was in it, and now that it's done, I'm kind of like, okay, how was that? Was that okay? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Well, tell me. I want to know. What happened? Tell me what happened.
Cried.
Huh?
Nobody cried.
Nobody cried. I'm the only one who cried today, just so you know.
I feel better. You were close.
You were close? I wasn't trying to make you. That's totally okay. But I do find, and I had said to my cameraman as well, and for anybody watching, it is extremely common for me as the medium to cry if you don't. So I'm going to have to take that into consideration if I'm going to have a bunch of people who don't cry on my show again. No, just kidding. We could stereotype you and call you men, but men cry too. So it's not that. But that's not my goal. My goal is just to show you the afterlife is there and to get a hello and to show you, how cool it is. Like, oh, she's Irish. Oh, she's giving you signs, and here they are. And those are the trinkets. And you love collecting that kind of stuff. So it's exciting. And your wife? What What a sweetie.
I think I used up all your energy.
You coulda. You very well coulda. Absolutely. Sometimes that happens too, and it's not your fault. You didn't do it. They do it. They do it to get the point across.
On the water thing, the military, I was in the Navy.
You were in the Navy. It could be something connected to you being in the Navy, but I think it was because Dad loved it so much. Yeah. And because of me mentioning the water and how much we love it and we're around it, I had to mention that you have it. That's all. Your people jump in and feed it. Oh, yeah. I love it. Do you have any questions? Comments, concerns, questions?
One thing I realized trinket-wise, I wasn't thinking about. This is my grandmother's chain I'm wearing.
Yes. Well, if she's trying to get me to bring up jewelry, you're wearing your grandmother's chain?
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Oh, they're telling, yeah, well, I have to wind it down anyway. But you're wearing your grandmother's chain, so that's a sign right there when she's talking about you brought the trinkets and you have things on. What else? Anything else you guys might want to share?
There's a lot of shit.
Oh!
With his grandmother saying, keeping track, I go and see her husband, my father-in-law.
You do.
Basically once a week or, several times a month just because of his proximity to my office. So.
I love that. Good. So it makes sense that she would be talking about how you're keeping track.
Yeah.
Well, she's there too. Don't be spooked out.
Oh, I know that. I have no doubt about that.
She's definitely paying attention. That's awesome.
Yeah, the bird thing with your dad was interesting because we always have a thing where we see doves.
And seagulls.
Or seagulls.
Seagulls.
Okay, so the birds talking about the water and the signs and how those water would be a sign and appropriate.
Yeah.
Are you going to be okay?
Yeah.
You know you're going to have these people with you all day, like in your face now, right?
They've been in my face.
And listen for some of that good music while you're at it. All right?
In my face. Yeah.
I love it. All right. Once again, you guys, Messages from Heaven, episode 15. We air at 7:30 every Wednesday night. You can see us on YouTube. You can see us on cvc.com, the Bolton Community Voice channel, as well as Roku and Fire Stick if you download the CVC channel. Take care. Good night and happy days. Thank you so much, you guys.